Hi, this is my split level property, and as you can see I'm actually boiling water here, which is exactly half a gallon water. And the reason I'm doing it is because I have here a dog that was in my property, and he urinated here in this area, which I checked with the UV light. It's in this area here, as you can see here, and probably around here also. So I just want to show you how I'm going to remove this odor from this property. What I have here, I have two TSPs. One of them is a liquid, one of them is a salt TSP. Okay, I'm going to use the salt now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put at least one and a half cup of TSP per 1 gallon of hot water. Okay, and that's the reason I'm going to do it is to open the concrete, clean and open the concrete here in this area. I'm going to probably put all this area of concrete TSP just to clean it, but this is the area here where the dog urinates. So what I have to do, I have to pour this hot water with the TSP. Okay, I'll need the first thing I have to do, and let it sit for 10 minutes at least. And then what I have to do, I have to vacuum it. Let me show how I'm doing it, okay? You can see here I have a half a gallon of water, hot water here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pour this hot water into a container, okay? And then I'm going to add 1.5 cup of TSP, okay? And I'll just let you know that you have to use a mask, protection for your eyes, and also gloves, because this TSP can be quite of dangerous things, okay? Maybe, so just protect yourself when you're using this kind of substance. Okay, here I have a container, and this container, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour a hot water in it. Inside now, I'm going to actually pour 1 cup of TSP. It's a small cup, so I can put 2 cups. And I'm going to put another gallon, there is another half a gallon. And that's another cup. Okay, and now I'm going to have another half a gallon of water pouring inside it. Make a 1 gallon, exactly. Okay, here what I'm doing is actually pouring another hot water to make 1 gallon of water. Okay. Now the most important thing is to mix it. And remember, you have to protect your eyes, you have to protect your hands, and you have to wear a mask. See what I'm doing here? I mix it. This is a very important thing because you really want to mix the TSP properly. So I think that's enough. So what I'm doing now, I'm actually going to work in a almost, I think like 4x4 area. So I'm actually pouring the liquid here on the floor. Okay, when you think, where is the urination of the dog? And remember, I used the UV light to figure it out, but also it smells horrible. Okay, after I pour it, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually spread it with a broom. I have a special broom. I have a metal broom, and I'm just going to spread it in the area here. Remember, I work it with a mask. And this broom is a metal broom. You can see it's a metal. You have a metal wire. And what I'm doing, I'm actually scratching the area. Now remember, these TSP should be on the concrete for at least 10 minutes. I'm going to open the clock very soon. But make sure that the water will stay at least 10 minutes, will not dry out. If it's dry out, you have to actually add more liquid. Okay, 10 minutes pass. As you can see, there are still water with a TSP, actually, the TSP substance here on this area, which is probably 4x4 square feet, sorry, 4x4 square feet. And really, you don't need to work with more than 4x4 square feet. And what I want to do now, I want to pour hot water, because what I really want to do is I want to remove the TSP from the floor. What the TSP does is actually just going inside to this where the ammonia of this urination, you try to break it out, but it won't be 100% successful. You really need to use the enzyme. So it's really what it does, it really opens the concrete. That when I pour enzyme on it, the enzyme will reach to this urination and it will destroy it. So that's why it's most important to put the TSP before, okay, that you will be almost 100% successful. As you can see, I'm actually filling up hot water here, and I'm going to pour the hot water on this area where the substance. What I want to do, hot water, what it does, actually more break it, more it dissolve the TSP and remove it from the surface. So you need to actually use hot water, and you can see here I'm actually pouring hot water. I'm actually preparing hot water to do it. So remember, you really need to remove the TSP from the surface as much as you can, because otherwise the enzyme will not work properly. So that's why I'm actually using a hot water, and you can see how hot it is. It's very hot water, almost evaporation. Here I'm actually going to use a vacuum to vacuum all this water. This water, remember, this water is rich with TSP. We need to remove it, and we need to apply twice at least hot water. I will apply 3 times and suck the water. Okay, so remember, when you're actually using a vacuum cleaner like that, that's from Home Depot, remember to remove the filter, because otherwise it will have to destroy the filter. Just what you're doing now, you're just sucking the water. See what I did? I opened the door and you can see what's going on. And I'm going to pour hot water now again. After I actually vacuum the substance, I need to put again the hot water here. It's really, really hot. I'm going to prepare more hot water. So again, I'm actually using slightly this broom, this wire broom, to make sure the hot water is spread all over the concrete. So here I am again with the hot water, just prepare, and again I'm going to pour it. The concrete. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually suck the water after 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, suck the water, and then I'm going to apply another hot water, and then I'm going to suck it with a vacuum cleaner and leave it like that for 24 hours, because what I want to do, I want to desaturate the concrete. If the concrete is saturated with water, the TSP, you will not be able to put your enzyme inside. So you must wait until the concrete is fully dry. So here I'm going to use these eliminators, okay, stand door that I purchased in Amazon, okay. It's actually especially for removing dog urination, also cat urination. And the way I have to do, I have to spray it, or just, if the spray is not enough, I will remove the sprayer and I just pour the liquid. So that is the product that I'm going to use. Okay, so now I'm taking this spray and I'm going to spray it where I know, because I use the UV light. You really wanted to penetrate the concrete. Remember, we clean it very nicely with TSP, and now we just want to pour quite a bit of it. Now, you don't need to use the spray. If you want to remove the spray, you can remove the spray here and just starting to pour the liquid here, if you think it's better. Okay, you have to leave it for at least an hour here, that it will penetrate to the cement, okay, and it will remove or break the urination. That's an enzyme. That's one place I'm doing it. I'm going to do it in another place, but I'm going to do the same thing. Here it's another place I suspect there is urination here. So I'm just going to spray it. Remember, usually dogs and urinating next to the door. So we spray here, you can see, and we leave it at least for an hour here. As far as you leave it more time, it's supposed to be better. Okay, here is the other place, let me show you. Okay, here there's a lot of smell of the dog urination, and you can actually feel that I saturated with this liquid, which is enzyme. Okay, it will stay for at least an hour. After that, you can actually vacuum it if you want. I don't think you can vacuum it here because it's a concrete. It will go inside the concrete and will eliminate this urination smell. Will break this ammonia stuff and will break it forever.